so excited.
Every
All
fucking
right.
week.
Boom. Boom. Welcome, my friend Toad. I haven't seen
Hey.
you in a fucking week and a half, brother.
I know. It was a nice week off. I certainly used
It
the
was a
weekend,
nice week, right? It was a
utilized it
nice
well.
week.
Yeah. But
I want people to say, shut off social media and shut off social media and shut off tech. I got it this week. I don't mind when Dana gives us a couple of weeks off because what we do is intense. You know, and yeah, it was nice to have a breather. So I'm glad you
yep.
enjoyed your Labor Day weekend. Is that what you had?
Yeah, yep. Just spent some time outdoors, a lot of disc golfing, touching grass, nature trails, just polar opposite. Because outside of doing this shit, I'm in front of a computer all much the same day in, day out for work. So felt good. How was yours? How was your weekend?
I bought a puppy. His name's Saxon.
It's fucking
Yeah.
cute.
So while my wife was at her mother's funeral, my grieving, because I had to look after the business and stuff, was I went and got a puppy.
Oh,
Yeah.
looks like Saxton's
And
ready for a nap already. Check that out.
yeah,
Perfect timing, by the way.
kid.
Perfect
Man,
timing
it's great
for a
time.
nap.
Mate,
Yeah.
I've been up all night with him. All night. It's been a long night. I got the bags under the eyes, mate. I'm fucking on fire, but
Well, no problem.
it's like, but you know what?
Saxton
I
gets
feel
to be
alive again.
the first member to join one of our streams, right? So
Yeah,
this is cool.
yeah. Everyone just met Saxon. The fucking, and I was going to call it King. Had its whole thing. I put it on your Mud Hut channel on
Yep.
Instagram, by the way. Jump on Toad's Mud Hut channel, guys. If you want to talk to real collectors and cool shit, that's how I met the Toad and a lot of my friends now that I'm part of the community with. We just talk shit. Yesterday, we just talked shit about my dog, which was awesome. It was just nice to, I had no one in the house, so I went on Toad Mud Hut channel. I just bought a dog. I was so confused. So I got on the fucking Mud Hut, and guess what, man? People fucking sat back and responded to me, and I feel comfortable. So thank you for setting up that channel, Toad.
Yep.
Everyone follow Toad's Mud Hut channel now.
That's what it's about. Yeah, no, there's some fighters in there, and my hope is over time it can grow. It is a private group, so you do have to be invited, but reach out to me if you're interested, and I'd be happy to throw anybody who wants to be part of that in there. We keep it respectful. Like I said, it's not always about fight. Sometimes it's about life, and we're just there to shoot the shit and have a good time. So whether your thing's gambling, trading cards, MMA, or just bullshit, I feel like there's a little piece of everything in there for you. So, all right, yeah, we got UFC Fight Night Paris that has a lot of interesting debuting fighters that we'll get into on this breakdown. But yeah, before we get into this, you got anything else for me, Lethal?
Look, I'm really excited about this card, man. I went through it, man, since I've had the dog. I've shut the business. I've had time to study. I've had time to look through. It didn't take much to study, so I'm going to tell you the ones that I'm going to pick them, that I pretty much fucking I'm going to back these guys. There's a couple of newcomers in there, debutantes with great records. As you know, I'm not a big believer in people coming from other organizations without a resume in the UFC. And I'm talking a resume. You can come from an organization, but you must have a resume of at least 3 fights in the UFC. It's just plain and simple. And then I can read you. We can read you. You can read it. You can read it. So we'll get there, but I'll start off. I'll lead this one, man. First fight, prelims, Shauna Bannon versus Rampage Hughes. Brother, let you go.
Yeah, I think Hughes has kind of found herself an interesting spot where Someone kind of starts off a little shaky. They've clearly showed they're not going to be one of these top contenders, and it's a perfect matchup for Hughes at that point, because Hughes will actually show us how bad some people are. Beating Hughes is actually a pretty decent feat. She's got good wrestling. She's very physical despite her size. She kind of reminds me a bit of a World of Warcraft goblin. If we had Marab and her make a baby, I reckon we could get a really good fucking wrestling goblin out of the two of them. But Bonin, I think she's one of those, she's going to hit maybe a judge scorecard on a halo effect as she comes up in opposition. I'm not going to see her hit these flashy kicks. I'm not going to see her at range. Sam's not going to let her sit at range. So it's either Shauna's actually showing up and hitting that sniper's chance on the feet. She's got some good jiu-jitsu. I shouldn't discredit that, sure. But, man, I don't see her being able to get away with it, man. Like, her last win was a big L to me, and it was nowhere near Sam. So I got to go with, Sam Page. She's the pick for me. Who do you got?
Look, man, funny you say that, because my missus name's Sam. I call her Sam Page. She's watched her fight. She finds it insulting, right? But I'm going to tell you what. She's grown on me, Sam Page. I've seen her evolve. She's grinder. I know that. She's always been a grinder, but she just never was able to put it together. She's slowly putting together. You are absolutely right. Shona Bannon won me $200 that last time done that submission, man. Right? That was fucking awesome. But you're right. She was getting pummeled after that moment.
She should not have won that fight. Yeah. She got fucking saved. She got saved by that belt.
The Indian chick had a picture in her head. And you know what the picture was in her head? She looked like a goddamn lamb vindaloo. And she was going out for a curry night. So you are right. Shona Bannon got lucky. If I'm going to go and do my picks, I'm going to have to go with Sam Page as well, my brother. She's stronger. That stupid kick that Shona does. It's not like she has a variety of kicks, bro. She has that one stupid kick that keeps distance. We saw it against the Indian chick. One stupid kick. It looks so stupid because she does it all the time. And it's very effective. Honestly, I'm not saying anything about it. You want to keep someone at distance, you keep the foot in you, keep your foot in their face, right?
Yep.
If Shona Bannon wins, I'm going to throw this out. If she wins, she's going to go the same track as last fight. She's going to go via submission. But I'm taking Sam Page.
Yeah. That's where I was saying that the jiu-jitsu is good enough that, sure, with the pressure of Sam, it could set up a submission. But my only thing is, if Bannon pulls off this fight, which we don't expect her to, and the level of opposition has to go up, it's just a matter of, like, okay, if this isn't the dead end, then I can almost assure you the next one is, right? Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with her. So let's get on up to the next card. This is actually a really good matchup, in my opinion, for being the second fight on an early prelim. So go ahead and take this away. You got either Andreas or Renat.
Mate, look, all day I'm just going through my topology now, just remembering, mate. So I know Renat, right? Everyone knows Renat. That guy was 16-0 or something prior to that one loss. That guy's a machine. We saw what he did to I know, what was his name? He's not in the UFC anymore.
I think you're thinking of the fight with Nicholas Dalby.
Renat Barak. So I'm on Andre Gustafsson now. Let me quickly just go back to Renat. But I've got Renat all day on this, right? I've just looked at Andre. I've been checking him out. Again, the resume doesn't pan out to me, brother. And if I'm going to put my money on people, I've got to look at their resume, okay? I've got to look at their resume. And I've got to look at Renat. Craig Jones, no. Sorry, that's fucking Renat.
Wow. It's okay. I'm going to intervene real quick while you kind of check over some things real quick on your end. Because I'm going to be the first to tell you then, my man.
Yep.
I ain't so confident in Renat this week, and I'll tell you why. The physicality of Andreas is actually quite impressive. This guy is very fucking strong. He's very physical, and a lot of Renat's key to victory has been able to use a bit of that cardio, because he's definitely got a full 15 minutes in him. He's able to use that, Dakistani wrestling. The man is a wrestler, and he relies on that pressure to win him control time. And I'm going to tell you, Andreas ain't going to get wrestled down by Renat. Renat might get a takedown. Andreas is getting right the fuck back up. And what I worry for Renat is when you can shuck off his wrestling. We've seen it before in some of his other fights. He's not like this calculated, like, go-getter. He's not a sniper. He doesn't have that big kaboom on the feet. So I think Renat is going to get starched up. I think Andreas is knocking him out.
So I did do my catch up, and I was right. Carlos Leal, he just beat by decision. Nicholas Dolby, he beat by decision. Then he had a grappling match in between.
Do you remember Leal? Do you remember the real Leal fight?
Yeah, I do.
He was fucking robbed.
Yeah.
He was in front of Renat's fucking majesty. And that was what was so crazy about him taking his last fight, is because Leal was heading on back. He says, I don't give a fuck that I'm from Brazil. I'm going to keep fighting these motherfuckers in Abu Dhabi and fuck your majesty. So Renat is, he's not fighting in front of his majesty, and he's not fighting somebody that he's going to be able to chuck around. And trust me when I say this, Andreas is going to, once he chucks them off and they're at feet and they're reset, it's going to be with the hands, and Renat's going to sleep.
Well, the odds are throw them up, $1.97 to $1.87 on my end. So it's basically pick 'em on that fight, right?
Yeah, no, and it's because, in all respect, Renat's got the more impressive resume, the fight time in UFC, and we still have a lot to see from Andreas. He's a newer fighter here, right? So this is a test for him more than it's a test for Renat. And so we know that you're right in the sense of like, hey, this is a guy I'm familiar with. More times than not, the UFC vet is winning these debuting fights. This isn't Andreas' debuting fight, and I just think outside of what on paper shows, the physicality of Andreas isn't going to be ignored for me. This guy will chuck off Renat unless Renat's able to get like a beautiful fucking takedown transition and is working off the back. Because as long as like Renat's actually working off the back, you can backpack that and stall out a whole round. And hey, maybe you did it in the second round and you're gonna win ever so slightly a unanimous decision or split decision. But at the end of the day, I think I'm gonna give enough flowers to Andreas to say Gustafsson's gonna hit him with that one hitter quitter, and I think Renat's little peanut gets cracked. But okay, right. So well, I like this though. You got Renat, I got Andreas. Is that official?
Yeah, that's right. Official. That's official. I'm going Renat.
Good shit.
Done. Now the next fight.
Yep, moving up the card, you got Brad Tavares taking on Robert Bryzik.
Yes.
Yeah, this guy's also a big knockout artist from what I was seeing. He's got a lot of first-round finishes. Again, you can say what you want against the level of opposition. He's another one of these Polish power chads. Brad, I like his ability to shuck off, counter wrestling and that kind of thing. He's very physical himself. But assuming these two are wanting to reset on the feet and kind of go for that exchange, I think Robert's live to actually hurt Brad. Brad would be smart to be the one wrestle here, but I'm going to let you give your official opinion before I give you mine.
Mate, all day. Like, again, I will say the last person that Robert lost to in the UFC was Iho Peturia. Right, I will say that. Now, that level opposition is pretty cool, but then it's not that cool. By decision, by the way. So EO is pretty much look, I'm taking
I'm right.
Brad. I'm taking Brad Tavares. I think the experience, and in his last few fights, brother, he's not showing like he's slowing down. He's pretty much looks all good. So I am going to take Brad Tavares. That was one of my no-brainer fights for me, especially when I looked up old mate. And I'm going to call him old mate because, as I say in my language, he's insignificant compared to Brad Tavares. You know what I mean? Brad Tavares has spent a lot of time. He is still fit. He's still winning, by the way. And I think leg kicks is going to be a fucking bit of an issue for old mate.
You know, the thing with Brad is I brought that wrestling piece in earlier. His win over Meerschaert's pretty impressive because Meerschaert's not the kind of guy I want to be on the feet the whole time. He will eventually go for his takedowns. I thought Brad's cardio looked good. Thought he looked good all around. And again, you weren't seeing him a ton. You know, he had a little bit of inactivity. I got trading cards of this guy going way the fuck back. So Brad's been around for a minute. But again, I do worry, and I'm highlighting on my end on Tapology the knockout loss against RoboCop. I think if Robert is able to keep Brad at range, Robert's lied to win this fight. Brad is tough, so to say it's by knockout in the first round like all these other cats, that's a little disrespectful. I'd say I could see Brad getting his ass beat and still being live in the second round fight and maybe even making a comeback. So I worry this. If the fight goes into a third round, I could see Brad win this fight. But if it happens in the first two, I actually do think Robert could be an issue with the striking. So I'm very split pick on this. I started with Brad. I went and did the tape. I liked what I saw out of Robert. I am going to go with Robert on this one as well as just another big upset.
Wow, two back-to-back. So I'm going with the favorite on this one. I haven't picked any long shots yet. You know, I'm the long shot king.
Yeah.
I haven't gone, I'm going to pick Sherman Bannon here, and I've kept it straight. Yeah. I'm going to keep it straight till I get to my stupid shit, because when I get stupid, you know I get stupid, right? So,
hey, it's either stupid or genius, man, because overall, I'd say our picks are very good. You sweat the dogs a little more than I do. I still sweat some as well. And I just think I'm worried about the knockouts, the finishes early on. And because this isn't a typical Apex fight night and we have a live audience, we've seen these prelims crack right the fuck off. So nothing too exciting between what we're going to get out of Sam Page super early on for a finish, in my opinion. But these next two, I could see something spectacular leading into the next fight with Sam Patterson and Trey Waters. So if you're ready to conclude that one, we'll move up and talk about another potential finish.
Brad Tavares, on my end, official, done, ticked off the box.
Yep. And very, very back and forth for me. But again, Brad's had a really wonderful career. He's had a lot of tread in terms of mileage. I'm expecting we're going to see an exchange of hands. And if we do see the third round and it is more grappling heavy, why wouldn't you pick Brad? He's proven to be quite well there. So I'm expecting some takedown defense and some striking. All right, moving up the card, we got Sam Patterson taking on Trey Waters.
Who did you pick?
I'm taking Polish Power. Robert, yeah.
Polish Power, yeah, done. I'm writing it on my pad. I'm putting Toad and Lethal on my pad. So when we get to the end, me and you can have a discussion to see how close we got.
Well, hold on, because I absolutely can change on weigh-in. I always do. Typically, I have at least one pick or so that I do change.
We've said this a lot of times, my friend. We've told everyone we do this on Australia's Thursday, which is America's Wednesday. Weigh-ins is on Australia's Saturday, which is America's Friday. There's still a couple of days.
Yep.
This is what we go off right now, what we see, and also from a great extensive fucking knowledge that we both hold together. That's why we do this, Toad. With your knowledge and my knowledge, it's a bit different. We look at things differently, but we're fucking putting through some cool shit. the last few weeks have picked that. So
we've been about
I'm all
9,
good.
12-ish. Like, if there's 12 fights, Lethal and I typically are like 9 to 10 of the 12. Like, we're not doing too bad.
Yeah.
You do got to figure out the dogs. That's always the hard piece. Obviously, in Contender Series, the favorites are showing up quite well there. But in UFC, we see all kinds of fucking upsets or terrible decision making. And you got to respect also, we are over in France. So some of these French fighters may actually have a shot there yet. So,
mate, we're going to get there. We're about to get there. But now
this fight right here is going to
about
be an absolute fucking banger. Sam Patterson and Trey Waters. I do like this fight a lot. Patterson, he obviously won back a lot of respect with his knockout win over Danny Borralho. Everyone thought he was more of a jiu-jitsu cat. He certainly got it. But man, Patterson can actually light people the fuck up on the feet. So he struggled. He went to lightweight at some point, or am I thinking of another guy? Anyways, I thought for sure he transitioned up to welterweight from lightweight, and the cut there was just fucking crazy for him. He is rather big for 170, good length, good extension. So his striking solid. He can get it done on the ground. Trey Waters is more of a threat in the pocket. I like Trey Waters when he is able to get close. Someone like Sam, pretty smart, pretty technical, good footwork. Will do his good job of like landing knees and doing things to punch out of that trench. So I'm gonna go Sam Patterson, being a sniper and being well-rounded and both being on the ground, mixing in the knees, using his tools to get the job done. But respects to Waters if he's able to cross the void, keep that shell tight, and rip to the body. I think he could set up a finish on Patterson, because we do know Patterson isn't exactly bulletproof. He's got good tools to snipe and shoot, but can he take the shots coming back? Waters is going to work extra hard, and if he's able to get to the clinch, he possesses it too. But I'm going to say Patterson all day. What do you got for me, Lethal?
Look, man, I've never been a fan of Sam Patterson, dude. I thought his striking was really below average. I think he's really, really bad, and he got a lucky knockout that fight. Okay, I've never put my money on him, and I've never backed him, even with that record he has. He just doesn't do it for me. I'm taking Trey Waters. I'm going to keep it that simple. The only way Sam Patterson gets this done is by submission.
All right.
The only way.
I was just going to say, I like this fight within the distance, respecting both sides getting the knockout. But yeah, I think it's going to be a gunfight on the feet, and I think Patterson hits the big shot.
Sam Patterson reminds me of a very better version of Chase Hooper's stand-up. Just a slight better version.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, like, we all know where he does his shit. We all know Patterson's on the ground, brother. Yes. He got a lucky knockout that day. And he went on and he went, I could do this and I could. Dude, I've seen you get carved up too. On the stand.
Thing is he still possesses a good range advantage, and he knows what he's doing better at range. I know that Sam, outside of him hitting a big knockout against Borralho, partially lucky, sure, because I still think if you run that fight back on
a huge knockout. Knocking out Danny Barlow's, like, for him, he might as well knock out Mike Tyson.
It was a huge knockout, because, you know, Borralho, we saw with Josh Quinton, he can go through a war, break an arm, and still beat your ass with a broken arm. So it was very interesting, the shot, the precision, the power. But that's where I'm giving that range and that advantage. I don't expect Patterson to come out and want to box straight away with Waters. I think we're investing on that leg and just keeping Waters at bay with a jab and getting ready for him to take his stab at, you know, crossing distance.
Josh Quinlan beat Josh Quinlan. I mean, Trey Waters beat Josh Quinlan by decision. Beat Billy Ray Goff, who I actually thought was another up and comer. Right now, him actually beating Josh Quinlan. When Josh Quinlan first came through, I thought that was the dude. I picked JDM as the dude when I first saw him. I knew that guy was special. Do you know when you find people that are special? I thought Josh Quinlan was special. Literally. I went, wow. Then he got done for that little bit of peptides or steroids and disappeared for a year. He hasn't sort of come back. But Trey Waters beat Josh Quinlan. That's what I'm trying to go at.
And Danny
That's what I'm trying to go
Borralho
at.
made that dude quit and had boils coming out of his skin, beating his ass so fucking hard. And
So
look what Patterson did
to
Borralho.
I'm going here. I've got 2 bets on this. All my money on submission for Sam Patterson, because he won't stand in the pocket with Trey with that fucking boxing, right? He will go for the takedown. I've got Trey Waters winning this fight as my pick. But I am going to put a couple bucks on that stupid submission, and not stupid because it's not paying that much. Sam Patterson for submission. What's it down your end?
I was going to pull out. So wait, you got Waters, right? Or you got Patterson?
Yeah. I got Waters.
Okay. Let me pull that up. I hate how the UFC for FanDuel pulls up the main card first. Like, just give me from the bottom up. Don't do that shit to me. All right, Waters is a plus 136, and they don't have methods up. That's the thing that I hate about this is I can't give you guys methods unless it's like key fights. They'll do it sometimes early, but I reckon Patterson's submission is going to be plus 500, 400. Actually, maybe not. Being a negative 170, his submission's probably a plus 300 or 400 prop. Waters knockout, if he's plus 136, should look like something about plus 250, plus 300. I'm going to say the fight doesn't. Correct. I'm going to bet that the fight doesn't go to a 3rd round.
You're correct. Waters' submission is at $4.50 here.
Okay.
So that's not too bad. TKO for Waters. Patterson submission is $4.50.
I knew you were saying Patterson, by the way.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
We're not that retarded, guys.
Waters TKO is at $2.50. So it's pretty much around the same. Roxy, come on your bed. It's pretty much about the same. But yeah, I'm going Trey Waters on this fight. If anything, I'm going to pick it. I'm going to go by TKO. I think he's going to do a Chase Hooper and get absolutely like Chase Hooper was. I thought Chase Hooper's standout was looking awesome. Till it wasn't.
Again, I like what Patterson can throw out. I'm scared of what he can take. If Waters was taller, rangier, could threaten with his own snipers, then I would be terrified. I'd probably pick against Patterson if they had good takedown defense. Waters has good, solid physicality. Like, he's very strong for the weight. He's able to counter wrestle. You know, he's got a good wrestling base. But I still think Patterson's able to set up a finish within that. So I don't expect this fight to go to the judges. Therefore, I got Patterson by finish, respecting his ability to hit it ground and pound, even something crazy on the feet. I do think it's a gunfight that sets Waters up for a finish. Whether that's a submission or not, I don't know. But it's Patterson following up, fading shots, taking the back, maybe just taking like a rear naked choke. That's how I see it going. So, all right, cool. All right, so if you guys are following along, we'll recap at the end. But Lethal's, and I are going back and forth a lot with some different picks here. I'm taking some dogs early on, and that's all right. There's Lethal's first dog, right? So yeah, it's
so my first dog, my first dog was is Trey Waters. Yes,
good shit. So yeah, curious to see how this unfolds because again, typically me and you are about the same minus 2 or 3 fights. So we're on pace there already. So this is a last second fight. Fill in here. We got Fernandez taking on Hardwick. Hardwick's a fucking gangster. Let's just start there. You watch Cage Warriors?
No. See, this is where you're a bit more fucking astute to the fights because I don't watch anyone till they get 2 or 3 fights in the UFC and then I'm interested because
I started watching Cage Warriors because of Patty.
Yeah, I come from Cage Warriors and O'Connor come from Cage Warriors. A whole heap of fucking dudes, but Connor and Patty, no one's really You know, I've seen a lot of people come around from Bellator as well. Sorry, brother, I just had to go and grab my puppy because it was running away.
No,
But
you're good.
look, I'm going to say this. Who the fuck is Hardwick? I'm out, man. I'm done. I've checked the stats. Like, I'm
Hardwig's
out. I'm taking.
Hardwig's good. He's about it. He's one of those guys that will fight for your fucking money. Anytime you bet on him, you're not gonna watch a fight and be upset that your fighter quit on you, gassed out, lost the fight due to themselves. Like Hardwick's gonna go forward. Yeah,
So the dude I'm picking is definitely where is it? Fernandez, right? He decision with Guram Kudalides, TKO Muhammad Yahya, lost to Mark Dacassi, which I like. Which I like because I like Mike Dacassis. Filipino, like, honestly, I'm taking the odds. I'm going Fernandez. That was a no-brainer for me, that one, because who the fuck's that guy? They're just throwing me on there. Like, it was like Dana was just trying to fill a position with some dude.
Here's what I'll say.
I'm out.
Here's what I say. I know the odds are saying Fernandez is the favorite, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All day. All day.
Here's what I have to say about statistics. Hardwick is number 2 between UK/Ireland. And if you know the MMA upcoming scene right now, that's quite an honor. I'll take that over being top 58 in the world. Because to me, that fits in the rankings quite higher up yet. So I think Hardwick's, he's able to handle every storm that Fernandez is going to be able to throw him. The best shot Fernandez has of winning this fight is winning it on the ground. Hardwick on the feet's a problem.
So he's the number 39 ranked MMA fighter in Europe. Number 39 in Europe, right? Hardwick is also ranked in the Europe sub-region of United Kingdom, and I didn't give him the rank.
It shows right here that now this is featherweight though, right? And that's something else you have to respect. This will be at 155, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so this will be at lightweight, but still, I think Hardwick's going to come up and fill the role quite fucking well. I really do. He's about it.
Since he last fought,
you'll
at
like
least
this guy.
once in the weight class, he fought in 2 weight classes in his last 2 fights, so he can jump up from 155 to 145.
Yeah, he's kind of like an Ilya. He's kind of like an Ilya.
Yes. Yeah, I was even going to say old Connor. That was jumping back then, like I could go 145. What's 10 pounds anyway? Honestly, what is 10 pounds? It's fuck all of jack shit. It's in Australia, it's 4 kilos. I could eat 4 kilos and 4 donuts. Honestly, 4 kilos is not much. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going Fernandez. Who are you going? You're going Hardwick, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going Hardwick.
You're fucking long-shotting today, brother.
I think the dogs show up on this card a bit.
You said it's illegal. You're like, my long shots are coming. I've saved them all up for the end.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so I picked up Fernandez as my asterisk. You're on Hardwick. Nice.
Yep. All right, moving up the card. Moving up the card, we got Marcin Tybura taking on Ante. Yeah, what do you got on this one? I've heard it go a little bit both ways. People I've kind of inspected this week. For me, I got to go Tybura based on what I've seen at this level. This is where I will go with a vet based on at least fighting with much better guys than this. And looking good in moments. There was as well. So,
look, I'm taking Tybura. That was another easy one for me to pick. I'm going to take experience. I'm actually going to take he's not done yet. Yeah, he lost a couple. He won a few. Remember that?
Like, yeah, I was there when I finally got settled from the whole debacle of losing my wallet at Madison. I was there for UFC. Was at 209 or 208 for Jones?
No.
Jones and Stipe. So I was there. I saw him bust up Denitz, and I thought that was a really impressive win for him. The doctor stoppage. This guy, when he gets on the ground, I was saying it too, because this was right around the time they legalized the 12-6 elbow. I remember it being just before the John Jones fight.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, are we going to see John Jones go fucking crazy with 12-6 now? I was like, I don't get why these big grappler heavy guys aren't trying to incorporate their elbows better. And Tybura fucking absolutely sliced Denise.
Tybura. Here we go for everyone out there.
Yeah.
My fans. He won decision Romanov. Bigano Ivanov. Lost to Aspinall.
Yeah.
Beat Tai Tuivasa by sub. Lost to Sergey Spivak, who's no fucking joke, by the way.
Tom and Sergey are like the two fathers of the heavyweight division currently.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beat Jonathan Dinaz. Beat Mick Parkin, the boxer from England, who stands up and boxes, right? By Tom Aspinall's mate.
Yep.
So I have to go, not even by the odds, which is all Tybura, by the way. The odds are $1. Actually, it's a throw-up. $1.95 to $1.89. Even Stevens, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
At even Stevens, I'm going Tybura just because of those names I just read out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for methods there because at -111, they could actually give me some better finishing prop on Tybura's submission and knockout. So I like this one within the distance. Tybura gets the finish on the ground, however that looks.
By submission, yes.
Yeah.
I think by submission, all ground and pound, yeah.
I'm not counting out his elbows because of what I've seen with my own fucking eyes. Absolutely. I have to say by finish, out of respect. If the submission prop's high enough, that's when I sprinkle because it will also pay extra. But I got to respect the knockout one way or another, or else I could get hosed. So, obviously, for those in between, heavyweight bout, it's no secret. Bet distance, no. If the prop is really heavy for all 3 rounds and you don't want to lay the chalk, you can sometimes bet fight not to go to the 3rd round. So you're just sweating 10 minutes, but you could get sometimes double, if not triple, the payout from 1,000 prop moving to a -250 or something fucking crazy. So some bookies will fuck that up, punish them when they do, but it sounds like we're both going Tybura. Moving up the card, got Omar Sy taking on Benson Ribeiro. Who do you got?
Look, man, Ribeiro has done nothing much for me, man. Hey, come on.
He goes after it. He's a fucking... Bro, he's a dog. He's going out on his sword and his shield. I know people that were having fun until he lost again. But I just say distance, no. I say distance, no. It's another one of those. We just had this conversation. There'll be a lot of finishes on this card, Lethal.
I'm sorry, Ribeiro. You are a beautiful Brazilian man. You look so beautiful. Go Motley Cut, because I've backed you too many times. I'm taking the fucking Frenchman. I'm taking Gomez all day at 11-1.
You mean Omar?
This is happening.
Omar Sy? Not Gomez.
Yeah, sorry. I'm taking Umar Sy. Oh, that's my next fight. But yeah, Umar Sy, sorry. Taking Umar Sy all day on this one, Ribeiro. Okay, here's my one prop. Ribeiro by sub.
So...
That's all I got. That's all I got for Ribeiro. Or Ribeiro getting knocked out.
He goes crazy. He's another one of those berserkers that I respect him throwing hands and going crazy. Whereas the Sy's more technical and wants to wrestle.
Yeah.
He wants to grapple. So I can see... excuse me. I can see a knockout by Ribeiro or Sy if he's winning the fight. Could be like a weird, elongated second, 3rd round finish where he's wrestling, he's controlling, and maybe he finally sets up some ground and pound. Ribeiro also is just like, from a cardio standpoint, he doesn't super impress me, and I know Omar's just way more physical and has a better 15-minute gas tank. So I think it's this. If Sy wants to come out and join this sensation that has occurred before him and throughout the fight night and wants the bonus and wants to get a nice highlight finish and time on the microphone also, he could get encouraged to stand on the feet with Brinson, and that's where he could get knocked the fuck out because Ribeiro is wild. He's blitzkrieg. And he's going to fucking throw haymakers, opening himself up for the right shot. But Sai, I think,
Michael
is like
Pierre's brother.
very safe.
Mikel Pierre's brother. That's who Ribeiro is. Let's watch Mikel Pierre walk out. Ribeiro's going to gas. They're wrestling. It's just not going to happen. Dude, I love long shots. And I love making long shots of money and boasting long shots. I love boasting that shit, but that's not one that's in there, man. And he's a big long shot. I'm out on Ribeiro.
Yeah, I'm taking Sai as a pick, but I'm looking at the finish props by Ribeiro because Ribeiro isn't a 15-minute fighter, and I think that if he gets a finish, it'd be something him going wild on the feet because at range, Ribeiro I like a lot more than Sai. I like Sai, again, clinch work, control time, standing, and on the ground. That's where I like Sai. Ribeiro I like a lot more on the feet swinging.
If you actually look at mass and probability, Ribeiro's due a win.
Yeah.
Yep. He's due a win.
Yeah.
And it's not that he's bad. You know what I mean? But he's due. If you're looking at
92% of people are going with Sai. I have to throw that out there real quick as we're chatting.
Yeah.
Crazy.
If Ribeiro doesn't win this fight, he's losing his contract. I truly believe that.
Yes. I think so too. I think he's kind of right about there. I mean,
he's right there.
Yeah.
But he needs to do it. And if he does, he's going to fuck up all my parlays. But kudos to him.
Yep.
Honestly,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna parlay Sai in every fucking parlay of mine or anything like that. His props not good. It's negative 520. But again, Sai is the safer pick. I'm excited to see again the finish props for Ribeiro because he's already plus 350, which would respect it by all three ways, right? So pretty crazy. Yeah. That's a heavy dog. So we'll see what that looks like with finish props. So moving up the card, we got William Gomez taking on Robert Ruchala. I'm gonna go with Gomez. I know I started off heavy with some of these debuting guys. Gomez isn't he doesn't super impress me. But I think this is just a big leap in opposition, and at least Gomez is getting his wins. He's not impressing me in his wins, but he's not losing to guys that I think would still be a good fight for Robert. So, yeah, I'm going to go Gomez based on veteranship, but I'm not high on the Jaguar. I think he's all right. I don't think he's amazing. All right. What do you got for me, Lethal?
Mate, on my pad, what have I got? I went Gomez all day. I researched the new bloke. Again, like I said at the beginning, there's a few new blokes on the scene. Everyone who follows this pod knows I have one version of this. I don't care what you've done before you come to the UFC. I don't care. I don't care if you got 50,000 belts for 50,000 regional scenes. I need to see you fucking perform once or twice, and then I can read you. Right? We're reading fighters, and I can't read this fighter. So I'm going to take Gomez and winning this probably out by decision. Gomez is that dude. It's going to be that fight. But I'm not going to see this being an exciting fight.
If he gets another split decision, I'm going to be still mad at him. He needs to show up and just have a good fucking performance, for fuck's sakes.
Like the last French dude. I can't remember his name, but the last French dude. Because I have a problem with these French dudes. Because
they're kind of like, I don't know where it came from recently, Lethal, but I got this thing where these French dudes and UK fighters that want to sit at range and it reminds me of these city kickboxing light heavyweights that can hit knockouts on the garbage man and the taxi driver, but for fuck's sakes, when you start climbing the UFC rankings, you turn into a Navajo Sterling and you just can't quite get the knockout, although you physically should be getting this fucking goddamn knockout.
I'm gonna throw this one out here right now for everyone. Here's my future pick. Dominic Reyes is gonna knock out Carlos Ulberg.
Right here.
Okay.
I already have Reyes. I'm not impressed with this guy. You. And Reyes ain't going to sit back and anyways.
Carlos Ulberg needs to be doing karate, black belt fighting, point fighting, win K1 kickboxing tournaments, right?
You know what? He needs a fight. I know it won't happen because they're not the same weight class.
No,
But you know who
mate,
Ulberg
they
should fight?
promote him.
Lethal.
He
You know
looks
who
like the
Ulberg
most
should
beautiful
fight?
man in the UFC. They're promoting that guy. He's boring.
I know.
He's beautiful. Yes.
I know, but here's what I'm trying to. This is going to make you laugh. I also agree that Carl Ulberg's being promoted extra hard. Halo effect, if you will. Ulberg needs to go fight Despain.
Dominic Reyes.
I know it's not the same weight class, but they're saying like technical on the feet. Despain would knock him the fuck out. But yeah, that'd be a good fight.
I've won money on all last 3 Dominic Reyes fights. I think he beat John Jones.
Yep.
I'm one of those believers. Okay.
He's not even being a believer. If we're all fair, we've watched so much MMA. Everyone can score a card and know what judges should be scoring. Go score that fucking card and tell me Reyes lost.
It was that close that I wasn't going to argue about it, but I picked it that way. Some people, Carlos Ulberg, Dominic Reyes is back. He's going to do this. I'm a big fan. My missus told me, why do you punt on him? He's done. Wow. Last 3 fucking transfers of the bank, because all my money that I win, I transfer straight into a bank account. Guess what? I'll call it the Dominic Reyes bank account, brother, because he made us money. Yeah. Dominic Reyes, you got this, bro. Anyway, sorry, a bit off track there,
No, you're
gang.
good. You're good. I'll just wrap up in saying I got Reyes pulling the upset there by a knockout. He's not going to sit back and allow Ulberg to play chess with him. He's going to take risks, just like he did in other fights, like the Jacoby fight was a good example of Reyes surviving that storm and then answering back and fucking passing the test. So that was huge for him.
All day.
All right, so moving up the card, we got Patricio Pitbull taking on yet another debuting fighter, the Black Panther, Lucena. Who do you got for me here? I'm gonna tell you straight away. I got Pitbull, but who do you got?
This one's all about probability and maths for me. Okay, I like being a bit of a scientist as well, and science also involves maths. Maths involves why Dana paid so much money for Pitbull, right? He invested in this guy.
He did.
All right, this is dead serious. Like, you just bought a fucking stock horse, a $1 million horse. Okay, he lost his first race.
It's another fucking Ben Askren. He's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe Pitbull. This is my first long shot, cunt. This is it. This is it.
I love it. You got one other. You got Waters, but yeah.
All right, this is my first big one. I got Pitbull because that fucker has been training with Henry Cejudo as well.
How is Pitbull a fucking long shot? He's a slight underdog.
$2.80 on my end, dude. Nearly 3-1.
Yeah, he's
on normal.
Yep. Plus 168 on. Sorry, I'm going off Tapology, of course. Let me look at it from a betting standpoint.
Yeah, it's 3-1 nearly.
Yeah, he's plus 176 over here with FanDuel. So yeah, I get it from a pick standpoint. I would hammer that. That's probably one of your best money line hammers. I tell you what, if Pitbull doesn't win this fight, you're going to see a very short contract happening. Dana just invested $1 million into this horse. He lost the first race. This horse has to win the second race, right? It has to. So I'm taking this not as in a skill stat. I'm going this on a Dana White point of view. If Dana invested in this boy, he believes in something. He had a bad night at the office. Pitbull's training with Cejudo. They've got some cool shit going on. Cejudo's the Triple C. I'm taking the 3-1 on Pitbull on this, dude. What weight class are they fighting?
What's that?
What weight class are they fighting?
Go back here now.
Because Lucena's a lightweight. and Pitbull's a featherweight. So is Lucena coming down in weight?
So this fight with
Pitbull is not a
Lucinda,
fucking lightweight. That's all I'm trying to establish here.
which is better for Pitbull.
Pitbull coming up to 155 is not better for him, unless he's got to based on age, and he's moving up. But I don't know if he should still win this one. But he should still win this one. I'm just saying over time when he fights like better guys, I don't see him doing good at lightweight. You can't tell me Joe Alvarez one fucking pretzel him and snap him in fucking half.
So last weight Kelto fought at was 155. Pitbull fought at 145.
Because he's a featherweight.
Yeah.
The whole thing with
So
fucking Pitbull is he wanted to come to the UFC to fight
moving down.
Volkanovski and be a featherweight goat, you know, in his mind. He's not a fucking lightweight. So I'm trying to make sure we all understand the ground rules of this next fight. Because if you're telling me Pitbull's coming up to 155, he's going to get killed. I'm just concerned
What if
for his...
Kelto dropping down to 145 and they're keeping the Pitbull safe?
That's what I'm saying. I think Lucena is the one having to come down and weight. Plus, in the picture, you can tell he's got it in his face. Like, this guy can lose it. He's just...
Okay. See, I got it. 145.
Yeah, okay. Good. So, yeah, Pitbull. I feel better about it. We got Pitbull.
Kita's dropping down to 145 to fight his $1 million horse.
Yeah. So yeah, crazy to see. I know this guy's getting a lot of his knockouts and shit. It's just crazy to see Pitbull, the underdog, there. That's all. So let's move up to the next one if you're ready.
Who you got?
Yeah, I told you I'm going Pitbull.
Okay, Pitbull. Yeah. Done.
All right, cool. All right, moving up the card, we got Axel Sola taking on Rhys McGee. McGee's another one of those Sam Patterson guys, you know, big long stature. Got that sniper shit. The Skeletor, which I always loved his little fucking nickname for the frame. And he recognizes it. He knows what it is. I worry for this guy and his ability to take the storm, to withstand the storm. But when he's the one delivering it, he's got the power to do it for sure. He's got that range. So nice to see him get his last fight out. It was a win. Another one of these just big debuting fights. At the end of the day, a fight is a fight. It is a 50-50 sport, and there are always big upsets. Do you think this is another one of those, or are you going with McGee?
Look, I'm sort of a bit of an Irish fan. I love the fucking Irish fighting spirit. I've always believed in it, and not because of Conor, because of their heritage. It's just that plain and simple. They had that way before Conor. I've been watching Rhys McGee. I believe in him. I've got Rhys McGee to win this fight by knockout.
Yeah, I got McGee by finish. I'm going to respect whatever happens on the ground. It's likely a big, long, snapping kick or a fucking punch or,
and by the way,
an elbow.
He's another long shot. At $2.14 to $1.71 on my end. To $1.71 on my end.
Yeah, he's a plus.
Yeah.
Which isn't
so
big.
That would be.
Yeah.
So another long shot.
Yeah, another dog for sure. I'm actually taking some of these veterans that are favorite that I believe will win. And I'm just taking them in a quick parlay, actually, just to get an idea. Because it's impressive to see some of these.
Yeah. So just to point that out to you, Rhys McGee, Pitbull, 3-1, Rhys McGee at 2-1, so you double your money on him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Big long shots. I've got another long shot coming next fight. This is where all my long shots are coming back to back, dude.
Nice, good shit. All right, yep. Go ahead, take it away.
So, my boy Craig Jones. Paul Craig. I mean, not Craig Jones. Paul Craig.
You skipped one. You skipped one. We got the Oki Mason Jones fight.
Oh, Oki. Dude. Oki. I don't have to pull that shit up. All day. I'm taking Oki over Mason Jones. Let me double check my fucking pad. What have you got here? Read out Oki. $2.40 over $1.71. So again, a toss-up fight.
Mm-hmm.
I like Oki in this one.
I like Mason Jones.
I thought you would.
Yeah.
Because I knew this would be one. I never thought that we were going to be mixing it up straight from the fucking beginning, dude. I never thought we were going to be fighting from the beginning, but I knew this one was going to be one fight that we were going to have issues with. But yeah, so I'm taking Oki on this one. I'm sort of fucking taking the European Revolution if you're going by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. I am sort of basing this also on, I talked about this, they are fighting in Paris.
Yep.
And the odds are that close. It's not like a 6-1 or a 4-1. This is $2.14 to $1.70, man.
And over here, FanDuel has a lot of plus 100, negative 100. Just wait until the fight starts. You're going to get plus and minus props that are way better. Plus 300-400. And anything can happen in a fight. I'd rather sweat the first few minutes and have a guy that's having a tough get-go spike to plus 400 or 500 than to drop at plus 100. You know what I'm saying? So, this was a very back-and-forth fight for me. I think Oki, he's got that power. He's live for that knockout at any point in this fight. But I think Mason's going to mix it better. I see leg kicks from him early on, and I see him being able to stay secure in the fight, not be in when he should be out, that kind of shit, and kind of work down. I'm not super confident. This was a very back and forth fight for me, but I did ultimately decide Mason. I'm also curious to see this fight at weigh-in, and depending who's drained and who looks like what,
Oki will be drained. If anyone's drained, it's going to be Oki, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what I mean, too. It's just like, well, if he doesn't, and he looks super fucking sharp, well, guess what? Yeah, that's the thing. Oki's huge for the fucking weight, so he's got a good physicality advantage, but I think Mason's able to mix it and stay at range, work kicks, be more technical. Oki's going to throw fucking bombs and just try to kill Mason.
Absolutely. That's why I'm going Oki on this one. You're going to lead the next one. You got to excuse me for 1 minute, brother. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. We got Modestus taking on Paul Craig. It's a tough go for Paul Craig. I think before his last fight, he signed a 5-fight contract. So I don't know if this is fight number 2 for him since a new contract. But truth be told, he's already on a 3-fight skid into a no contest. That also wasn't going good for him. Man, so many people want a Paul Craig win. It was like watching Tai Tuivasa. We all just want him to win. Just like Tony, despite it didn't get to happen in the UFC. It's like everyone's rooting and betting on Paul Craig at the end of the day. But what ends up happening is exactly what you fear. And I think Modestus is another one of those guys that's going to do this to Paul Craig. Very technical, good speed. Paul Craig, his stand-up has improved ever so slightly, but he was actually looking okay in that last fight until he wasn't, kind of thing, right? Like, he has made improvements. Paul Craig has made big improvements. And the last fight didn't go his way, and it started to suck for him. But I remember being really impressed with his opening, his ability to mix in his kicks better. But I think Modestus is just going to be a more complete striker and threat on the feet. Now, if this fight goes to the ground, I got Paul Craig against everybody in the UFC, besides maybe Tom Aspinall. I got Paul Craig against everybody in the UFC on the ground. But I think Modestus is going to keep this fight on the feet, and Paul's going to have a hard time transitioning. And if it doesn't happen at range with a big, powerful setup or a big, powerful combination, If Paul Craig puts his head off to the side and is attempting to take down Modestas, Modestas is up against the cage, planting his back, and just hammering fucking elbows and hammer fists off the side of the head, we're going to see another Dana White Contenders awkward TKO off the side of the head, because you can't just sit there and let somebody take 20 unanswered fucking shots to the side of the head if they don't somehow advance the position. So Modestas is sprawled out back to the cage, Paul Craig getting fucking hammered to the side of the head. But what I was just saying before Lethal sat down, so he knows my full opposition on this, is at the end of the day, Paul Craig has signed a 5-fight contract. I think he has 4 remaining. He's already on a 3-fight skid. That last no contest didn't age well either. It's like watching Tai Tuivasa begging and hoping you get a shoey. The props are so high for Paul Craig by finish and knockout. We bet on Paul Craig. But as a fan of UFC and the tenacity this guy brings to the weigh-ins, the Braveheart paint, I think a lot of us deep down root that he gets the win. Sadly, I think Modestas is another loss. What do you got for me, Lethal?
Dude, I'm totally opposite. I don't believe it's the propaganda of the Paul Craig. I believe his stand-up is going to be fucking amazing. I believe he has improved, like you said. I believe he's going to put on a show. And I'm going to call this. If there was a betting line on this, if he loses, he's going to retire.
That'd be sad, but necessary. 37.
I watched the press conference. I watched him. He said words like, I need this. I need one moment to satisfy me. One.
Was there a press
he's had great
conference?
submission. It was one of those ones, not at the press conference. It was, when they do the
yeah, they're all
bits?
on the stools. They pick like 5 fighters. Yes. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, no, the fans asking him about, 100%. He did say that he needs this, 100%.
And he kept on talking about this TKO. Like, here's the only guy to submit Ankalaev. He doesn't think that's a big enough fucking thing in his belt. He's looking for something. He's searching for something to make himself sleep well at night. And that Ankalaev submission was nothing. He wants to show that he can stand up. He's talking about this TKO. He's talking about, he even said, I want to have that walkout moment where I just hit someone and I just walk away.
Yeah.
He's never had that.
Yeah.
He beat Ankalaev.
The thing with Paul is he's had moments to have that, which is frustrating as a fan of his. Like, I collect a good amount of Paul Craig cards. You guys will see it this week on my Instagram. I post every fighter that's on every UFC card typically. And you'll see I'm a big fan of Paul Craig. I'm betting on Paul Craig. I'm rooting for Paul Craig. I'm betting distance, no, obviously. But, yeah, I do worry about his ability to take it on the feet. I gave him his flowers when I was talking about why I do respect his improvements in the no contest. He looked really fucking good, and I was rooting him on. But I think Modestas is still a problem there for him, sadly. So it's not that Paul Craig is still out of the UFC. This is now a very respectful gatekeeper role. And when you look at the top 15 of light heavyweight, it's actually a lot of guys that are like, not so fucking bad. So I think Paul Craig's got plenty of fights in store. Just can he withstand the damage of all the knockouts?
He knows he needs to do this.
Yeah.
At $4 to 1, 4 to 1 in Australia, just for a fucking win.
Dude, your props are crazy over there, bro. He's plus 280 here. But that's nothing. You guys wait until his submission and knockout props drop, because they go up to like plus 12 and 1100. Like 1200, 1100 for a Paul Craig knockout or something. And you're just like, or submission. And you're like, that's how he would win. Like,
Paul Craig wants this knockout. He knows he needs this knockout. He's talking about it. He's not talking about the 1 billion submissions he's had at all. They mean
that's
nothing
his fucking
to
problem,
him.
Lethal. He's dreaming and fantasizing so hard for this perfectly placed punch. I hate to say it, Paul Craig, you're not that fucking guy. So unless you just fling something and just get lucky, let's talk about how you
He
actually
did
get
it
the
once.
knockout, and it's Paul Craig.
Remember that one knockout he got?
I know. It's not that he can't get them. It's just that he's one of those jiu-jitsu guys that dreams of the knockouts, has experienced that moment because he has had that before. But the motherfucker is so starstruck by that he's not respecting how he's continued to lose, which is by knockout. He's got to respect the fact that he can't gunfight. Paul Craig needs to use his striking, his kicks, to try to set up transitions. That standing control time needs to transition to takedown time. Paul Craig needs to get the fuck off the feet and get the fight to the ground. You can still get a knockout, brother. I'd love to see Paul Craig being a fucking razor blade on the ground, throwing some mean elbows, 12-6, threatening these chokes, maybe even taking back, coming off the side of the head, going 50-50, trying to fucking work in a rear naked choke, battering the fucking piss out of people. That's the old Paul Craig that we miss at 205. We haven't really gotten him back. He's made improvements his last go out. Let's see if he gets it. But I'm taking Modestus by pick, and we're sprinkling on those ever so juicy finishing props by Paul Craig. And of course, the safest one, distance not to go to the third round. This is settling within the first 10 minutes.
This is how I'm going. All day, Paul Craig, me and you. This is going to be my fucking post on Instagram. Remember, I picked the fucking, this is my boy now. Remember, every week I pick that old vet. Pick Magni. Pick fucking the other dude. I've been on a fire, right? Yeah. This is my old vet. Paul Craig. Oh, Michael Johnson.
Me and you both like Magni. Remember we were talking? Yeah. I remember I set him on the second round, and it was like a plus 15 or 2,500 payout, bro. Oh my god!
I'm gonna tell you one thing about Magni. You might not be the best in the world, but you got the best cardio in the world, dude. Your cardio's a weapon.
Not even
He's got to use it.
It's not even cardio; it's his resilience. Magni is a full, complete fighter with great resilience, and you can be a big show all fucking day long, but if you don't show up here to sink that submission or to hit that knockout and you give Magni a fighting chance, he's gonna flip the switch on you. And history shows this guy only looks like wine going into that 15-minute point. His welterweight wins are impressive as fuck. Like,
he's still training at high altitude though, bro. Like, he's fully fucking Magnum's always going to be fit, dude. That guy probably sleeping in a goddamn chamber right now, like, even on his time off.
Yeah.
He's fucking mental, man. I love that shit.
Yep.
Cardio is a weapon that everyone underestimates. Magni has that weapon. Only a few people do. Imavov has it. Imavov has that weapon. It's built inside them.
Yes.
You don't even
region of the world. Region of the world will certainly accelerate this, but like, you got to possess it to a level 2.
Volk has that weapon.
Oh, 100%.
Volk's another fighter that has that. Dude, you just born with it. Some people have to run 1,000 miles a day to get that weapon. Some people are just born with 3 lungs. Not that they're born with 3 lungs, but you know what I mean? Some people are just born with fucking 3 lungs, bro.
Yeah.
They just have it. They just have it. It's inside them.
All right.
Nate Diaz had it.
100%.
Had it.
Imagine how much more he would have had if he wasn't such a fucking pothead. Both him and his brother.
All day.
It's
Look
crazy.
at me and you. Do I have it? I do not have it at all.
Yeah. It's crazy. I didn't smoke as much weed as I do now, but I used to run half marathons. I was a big heavyweight guy, played football, was supposed to I wrestled heavyweight and down at 215, but I was like one of those guys that was always big but never super cut, and I just got into cross country, was running, getting lost in music. Family had their whole like fucking life crumble, like foreclosure and all this shit, and I was about to live out of my fucking car, to tell you guys the truth. Like, that's the origin of Toad, is I went and got a job and I've been on my own since. Crazy. But I found running as a way of healing. I watched UFC a little bit at the time, but not like what I do now. And music and running were like my escape. And I found myself in this like 13-mile average every like 3 to 4 days. I would average about 60 miles a week. And holy fucking shit. Like, if I went to attempt doing that now, I would croak. I would literally be the Toad. on the side of the road just croak. But you know, I know how much the smoking has played an impact with that, right? Like you got guys like Nate Diaz and these dudes. It's just what a fucking unique specimen. So,
I've
anyways,
smoked since I was 18. I did my shit. I was in the army. It never affected me till I decided it's a balance.
mm-hmm.
You can't smoke all day and not do any training at all. Okay? It's just plain and simple. You got to choose. If you smoke 10 billies a day, then you got to go out to the gym for 1 hour. You've got to compensate alcohol with good food. You've got to compensate late nights with great sleep.
I've been doing
You've got to find that.
I've been doing a lot of disc golf. It's actually fucking hilarious, like how physical the sport is in the sense of you're out depending where you're throwing at. Like I generally hike 4 to 5 miles and spend 3-4 hours out in the blistering sun sweating my ass off in Michigan humidity, and I'm ripping disc using all my muscles, releasing my upper body and my waist and shit. So it's like I have a sheer remote role prior to this upcoming job, and I mean, I was going to potato myself, so I found MMA to get a Century Bob, start doing some strike therapy. My mind's feeling a lot better on that. Have some free weights, rip those a few times, you know. Set up like a little home gym, and I love it. Like, but do I spend like hours doing that? No, I kind of split that time up between disc golfing, because it's like getting outside and breathing that shit in is pretty powerful too. You can't really possess that on the indoor gym, so it's nice to kind of get out and get your cardio, your steps in that way, and then get down to business and have some fun with some strike therapy and quick lifting.
Mate, as we get older, when we're young, we go and do 20K runs. When we're 30, we do 10K runs. When we're fucking 50, we're just happy to get up in the morning and walk. As long as you're exercising and getting that mental stimulation that's required, because your body requires that. It requires that. You need it. It requires that.
Yeah.
It requires exercise.
Sleep.
Your body needs, yes. and despite me doing this all day, I move 13 hours a day. I do not stop. I eat healthy. I sleep 10 hours a day. It's not like I fucking sit up and get 5 hours sleep. I have steaks at night. I sleep 10 hours a day. I fucking get my sleep. So I balance out.
Six hours is good for me, sadly. Like I typically get yeah.
That's why you can't contact me after a certain time, bro. I'm already in bed. I'm gone. Like my missus is up. Like she must be so angry. Like I'm in bed by 6. She goes to bed at 9. But we've been together for 10 years. Anyway, next fight.
All right.
My boy just got on.
Hey, that was a get down to fucking business whistle, Lethal. I was just about to say next fight. Love your guts. Here we go. We got co-main event. Benoit Saint Denis, BSD taking on Mauricio Rufy of the Fighting Nerds. What an interesting fucking fight. I love this matchup because of this. We like what Mauricio can do on the feet, but what does this guy look like on the ground? Benoit Saint Denis, we know what he looks like when you fuck him up on the feet, but also he's a menace on the ground. So we're going to get two highlight moments. It's just, which is it? Is it BSD taking him into the military fucking secret agent deep waters and drowning this motherfucker in the deep end with a piano wire? Or is it Mauricio Rufy of the Fighting Nerds ripping some counter fucking knee perfectly timed in place to rip Benoit's head off on a takedown entry when he's getting fucked up off kicks and being sauced on? Because that's what Mauricio does. He goes to camp every week, changing styles and how he fights to keep fresh in many disciplines. So he's kind of like a martial artist chameleon. He's going to kind of adapt very well in a fight typically, where some guys just kind of tense and freeze up. Like, I actually don't know what to do. I'm DDP. I never really trained a fucking crucifix. You're not going to see Rufy do that. So BSD would look like a menace if he just went out and ragdolled Roofy, because he even showed up on his way up before the UFC, fought up in weight class, I think 170. A guy out of Dakistani and counter wrestled and did not get finished. This guy was getting absolutely choked on and many submission attempts and did not give up on himself. So that's where it's like, this is an actually truly amazing thing if Roofy doesn't just go out and get submitted. Because we know that BSD is pretty crazy on the ground. It's kind of like Craig. It's the same situation. Please do not stay on the feet. Please do not be comfortable on the feet. Please think about this takedown soon. Get across the void, because you're going to get knocked the fuck out. But I would say I'm gonna turn over to you. I've kind of fully expressed this round table of kind of where I've even been. I like BSD. Real quick, I'm just going to wrap up by saying I like BSD a lot, and even when he was going to fight Dustin and shit, I was like, dude, if he takes Dustin to the ground, like, I do like BSD's chances there, but Dustin probably fucking knocks him out on the feet. Same exact story here, bro. So I think BSD is live for a win if he goes to the ground. I think Roofy knocks him out. That's my pick.
Brother, the most exciting fight on the card, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. It's one of those for me, because you know you're getting a spectacular moment.
About the main event. This fight was what drew me into the whole card. This fight.
I mean, the main event's pretty gangster. I'm a big Borralho fan.
Gangster, but nah, this is gangster. This is gangster. I'm going to tell you why, my friend. You got Roofy, the reincarnation of Conor McGregor. The reincarnation, and even Conor's not dead. That guy, stand up, is nothing like I've ever seen. He's on a fucking movie reel. Like, not a knockout reel. That cunt should be... He does in the UFC what you could only want to do in movies. Mm-hmm. All right? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I can't say anything more about Roofy. But here we go. As per usual, my friend. BSD. I am a loyal fucking soldier. I am ex-military. He is ex-military. There's one thing I know that we have inside us. I know we have it. That any other civilian doesn't. I know they don't. Whether you've got a black belt or a judo belt or a karate belt, I know you don't. And yes, you did get fucking carved up by Meccano. You did lose against Poirier. But that's why you're back. Because what we have, if you're ex-military and you've done what we've done and you've served your country, I'm telling you, brother, this cunt's going to win this fight. He's going to go back to his origins, which was grappling. He's not going to try and stand up with Dustin and get that fucking fame and fortune. He had that moment.
He did execute that game plan very well in that first round, right?
Absolutely.
I'll say this just real quick to chime and add to that. Gamrot helped Dustin so much to be able to end his career on spectacular fights where he just did not crumble to the pressure that I think he would have prior. Like Islam, that became a war because of Gamrot helping Dustin as much as he did. As much as I do want to compliment his ability to survive the first round storm that was BSD, where he chokes motherfuckers out on the ground. So, cheers.
As an ex-soldier, whether I'm a soldier or not, there's something they gave me, and I tell you what, I can't not get up in the morning. Put it fucking that way. I can't not give up. I can't not say no. If I lose, I've got to fucking fight that cunt again. I've got to fight that cunt again. I'll fight him 50 million times till I fucking win. I have to win. It's built in. I believe he knows he needs this. He knows he needs this. He was BST. They gave him Dustin Poirier, the diamond. Then they gave him Meccano. Meccano was the problem. Meccano actually showed something that was, he made him look like an amateur. And that's why the odds are like they are. Renato Meccano made him look like a fucking amateur. And he's not an amateur. He's not. He is BSD. Yeah. I'm BSD all day. I think he gets this done. I really do.
I like that you're picking BSD. People have been shitting on him, and I like BSD a lot. I've also been collecting his cards a little bit longer, obviously, right? Because Rufy's new. So I've had a chance to look at BSD in these cards and think to myself, because I got some good rookies of his. And actually, check this one out real quickly.
Put it this way, Toad. When
here's
when a fight when fight night,
let me turn on this light here real quick too.
Can I just quickly interrupt you, right?
Here is a royal. Let me put in my fucking earpiece. Of course, let me get set the fuck up again. Here's
at the end of every fight night.
Here's a royalty. Here's a royalty BSD Diego out of 25.
I'm just going to quickly interrupt you. I'm just going to say this one thing. At the end of every fight night, I say to my wife, I go, I wonder what stocks in my room, you know my room, have made money, right? Because as soon as the fight night happens, you know Vault card's gone down, you know this card's gone down, you know that card made money. It's basically stocks overnight. I'm telling you.
It is, but at the end of the day, even the guys losing those cards go up, Lethal. All these cards are going up in time because these are all the fighters that are drawing this huge crossroads between old school, new school fans of MMA. And these are fans for life.
That's why we're never selling. That's why we're never selling. But I'm saying BSD's good stock. He's good stock. Is that a royalty? Jill? I love it.
Out of 25, Diego and BSD, two great rookies, same year. Love that card.
I bet you don't have many Imavov cards. I don't. I beg your pardon. I don't have many Imavov cards.
I got one of his blue rated rookies, autos.
I don't have one.
I took his blue because I wanted the French colors.
Yeah.
I bought his.
So I actually don't have. I don't have one Imavov card because we're about to go into that last fight, right? We'll discuss why we don't have many cards of Imavov. That must be a reason, yes? There must be a reason.
We'll get to that here in a minute. Yeah. But yeah, just to conclude, Rufy and BSD, I can see how both things happen. It's either BSD on the ground passes the test of yes, I'm this great. Because I think Rufy's got very fucking good takedown defense. So I gave him his flowers there. I think if this fight goes to the feet, once the takedown happens, and as long as Rufy can reset the fight, he hits the knockout, and the fight never goes to deep waters, it's because Rufy's that fucking good on the feet, making further highlight film clips for the fighting nerds.
If Rufy does that again, which I truly believe he can.
Him and Prates and Silva... maybe even Borralho.
They all come in and brawl. Rufy's like a goddamn fucking movie fighter, but in real life.
Yes.
He literally reminds me, look at his stand-up. Does he not look like Connor?
Yes.
Come on, dude.
Everyone, if they didn't know before it happened, found out after his scissor sweep. Everyone's like, oh.
Oh, did he? Yeah,
this
remember
that?
Yeah. Mate, that was the day. Thank you for mentioning that. That was the day I went, oh my God, that guy does movie stuff. He flies and slides around the shit in real life.
This is the Brazilian incarnation of Bruce Lee, is what we're watching sometimes on the feet.
Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine we actually saw, I would hope to God, because I tell you what, I'm so impressed by Rufy. On my big man parlay, I'm Rufy all day, but on my long shot parlay, I'm taking BSD, okay?
Yeah.
To all our fans out there.
I'm definitely going to have, by finish, I think is the safest, guys. I don't see this going 10 plus minutes, so no round 3. And I think BSD by submission, Roofy by knockout. I think that's
if
the play.
Rufy does it, he's doing it in round 1 or 2, brother.
Yes.
Round 1.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I
If
agree.
Rufy's doing what he's doing, if Rufy is the Bruce Lee that we think is reincarnated, this is a round 1 finish.
Yeah. And I was saying that obviously more jokingly. I don't think anyone will ever be the Bruce Lee standards, but yes, he's got that flow. He's got that aura you can say about his striking.
You brought up an interesting point. Reincarnation is a real thing, I believe. It's in many religions, right? Yeah. If Rufy is the reincarnation of Bruce Lee, we're about to fucking find out. Because if he is, this fight's over in the first round.
It'd be like some kind of religion where there's 4 gods and it's the fighting nerds, like the 4 main. some dynasty warrior, top 4 general, the shoe fucking shit, the Tiger Lotus Garden.
Dynasties. It's been the Gracie dynasty, and then now there's the Nurmagomedov dynasty.
Yeah,
all right. There's
true.
2 dynasties. There's great camps, but 2 dynasties in UFC since we've been alive. There's only 2 dynasties.
Fighting nerds is the third, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, we're up to our last one.
Yes, let's go. Main event. Go ahead and announce this fight and then give me your breakdown.
Imavov versus Kaya Borralho.
Kyle Borralho taking on Nasruddin Imavov. Let's fucking go, baby.
So, like we talked about just before, I've never been a big Imavov fan. I don't think him beating Robert Whittaker was a great fucking deed. Robert Whittaker is getting old. Hey, you know what I mean? He's done his shit. There's moments in time. Izzy at his time. Chuck Liddell at his time. Robert at his time. Everyone has a moment. Beating a person on the way down isn't a moment. So I'm still not a believer. Okay? I'm picking the young bloke. I'm not going the fucking Imavov. I think Imavov's going to go full grappling fucking game here. They might all talk about stand-up because all men want to stand up and fight each other.
The thing is, I will say, it'd be a really weird strategy for Nasruddin's team to say, yeah, be at range and stand up with Kyle Borralho, because I think Kyle's a better fighter at range.
Yes.
Very flexible, very athletic, very explosive, powerful. He's got very good reads. His feint, his movements are very solid. And I like Nasruddin further in the clinch, like where in the pocket where he's able to fucking, throw knees, box, and just do some of that shit. I think if you're good at range, kind of like how Strickland is very good at range, defensively in a weird way, but offensively too, Nasruddin failed to that. He struggled with that. And with Kyle, it's that he's such a complete fighter. If you go to shell up and turn away and be extra defensive during a bombardment, he's taking your back. And you don't want someone like Kyle Borralho with your back. Not that you can't survive it. I mean, Cannonier did show us that he's not as good of a finisher as we quite thought he was, but no one quite ever does that to someone like Cannonier the way that Kyle did it also. And you could arguably say, yeah, he was completely fucking done at one point in that fight. It should have been stopped. But, yeah, you got the Naturel kind of threatening the finish or the technicality of Imavov. It's I don't see this fight. I've heard people saying this fight's going to the judges, and I know I say every fight's a finish, but at the end of the day, do you, before you give me your breakdown, answer with just this last question I have is, do you sincerely think this fight goes 25 minutes, given respects to both men? Absolutely fucking not.
I'm going to keep it really quick, this one. I've got, this is going to be, it's going to be fireworks. This is probably going to be one of the most boring fights of the night. We've waited 8 hours to get to a judge's decision. And it's going to be Kaya by decision.
Do you think that will happen in France? If it was a close fight, you don't think the hometown favorite would give him a decision?
Mate, unless Imavov gets a finish. Look, he's improved. Yes, but he did beat I'm not calling anyone 35 old or an old Robert Whittaker. I'm just saying, there's moments in life where you all fucking peak. Everyone peaks.
His
Why
most
disappear?
impressive win is his most recent, which is the fight with Izzy. I personally didn't think that this fight needed to happen, but I respect that it is happening because too much in
That was a
UFC,
year
it's
ago.
always
That was 1 year ago.
it's two like prospects or two really good fighters intentionally being scheduled to avoid each other. And I like this crossroads because I think they're both right there. They both are inactive enough to need that fight as well. So I like Imavov a lot. Um, his fight with Izzy was solid. Like he
Look,
absolutely just flushly fucking masterclassed him beyond what even Poetan was able to do. So super fucking clean and easy. But Kyle
again,
Borralho, I think, is just a little bit fresher, and I think Izzy, kind of in a lot of different places in his career and in a lot
again,
of dark places, and has lost that
thank you.
confidence that Kyle has.
Mate, thank you.
Yeah.
Again, we're picking another fighter. We're naming these great fighters that Kaya have beaten, right? We're naming them. Great UFC legends, Hall of Famers. But he got them at the end.
Yeah.
That moment was done. And
You
he's had
could
a
have
year off.
scheduled Kyle Borralho to fight Izzy, and it could have been the Fighting Nerds explosion that made him one of the main
Yeah.
superstars of the Fighting Nerds because he just
It,
knocked the
it,
fucking piss out of Izzy in a certain
I'm,
way, you know, like.
I'm taking Imanov by decision. I'm going Borralho by decision. Imanov's got to finish this fight, or Borralho's going to stand on the outside and just pick him apart. Imanov's going to take this to the ground. He has said, we are going to stand up. We are going to fight the bullshit, dude. Your best road to victory right now is to get this cunt to the ground, okay? You're a complete fighter. Imanov is a complete fighter. He really is.
Yep.
He's fully fucking well-rounded. He's got everything. Everything. Cardio even the weapon of life. It's got cardio. 1 year off, Kaio. I know the UFC are promoting this. They don't want another fucking boring champ. Imagine Imanov as a champion. You don't speak English. You don't do this. You don't tweet. You just sit back like Ankalaev, right? Who the fuck's that guy? If anyone asks, who's the light heavyweight champion of the world? No one remembers now because it's not Piera. You've got to have something. And I'm talking promotion-wise, dude. They want Kaio to win this fight. He was the backup for the last fucking world fight. With a year off. They still got him as the backup.
Yeah, I think they were always trying to fight it to fit in that title fight, and just things didn't end up working soon enough for him. And so here we are. And what wasn't expected to happen, what wasn't expected to happen, happened. And so now, all right, the clear number one contender is actually Nasruddin, but the promotion from a, I don't know, star power standpoint, a lot of people love the Fighting Nerds. Kyle Borralho was kind of the leading charge for them. So as all their team is excelling in their rankings, Kyle Borralho was the first. And
the best thing that UFC has done is separate the Fighting Nerds. Because I tell you what, they gave Kaio two guys that are on the back end. All right, they've done their shit. Izzy won 8 title defenses in a row. Like literally, like he done his shit. You know what I mean? Robert Whittaker has been there for fucking 15 years.
Yeah.
They gave people on the back end. If you want to promote the fucking Fighting Nerds, the fight they're doing now, which is Lopez versus Silva, is how you separate the Fighting Nerds.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you separate, because there's 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
Or 5, but there's really only 4. And they all fucking kings in their own domain, in their own weight class. UFC basically did a great promotion. It's Fighting Nerd against Fighting Nerd. And they're both their best prospects too. Lopez versus Silva. That wasn't just, that's not matchmaking. That's great promotion.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's a fight that obviously we all were hoping to see, and it got scheduled Personally,
And that they actually agreed
I
to
was
it.
sad that they never scheduled Diego to do the Rodriguez fight after the presser when there was some heat there with
Yeah,
Grasso, the whole
after,
thing between the three of
later,
them. So that was a
later,
missed
I reckon
opportunity. That
later.
would be a better. That would to me would have been a better Noche fight, and then Silva would have been a nice big ass pay per view fight to kick off 26. But that's the fight I'm happy we're getting here.
Mate, great promotion, great way to identify who's the best of your team, not who's the best in the world.
Yeah, because like
Yeah,
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Deep down inside, I'm Diego all day. He's my boy. I don't give a fuck who he fights. I'm rooting for Diego.
I know.
He is my number one followed fighter in my for like where I'm at and who I'm expecting to see for a little longer. But here's what's going on. I've seen Diego take on the greatest featherweight of all time. Right here. Volkanovski. The greatest featherweight of all time. And it was a beautiful fight. And Volk coming back. I know it's like it didn't get a lot of the love that it probably should have gotten because so many people, including myself, were so high on Diego and rooting for Diego and betting on Diego. And we want those big boom, boom, boom knockouts and those submissions that we oddly don't get as much these days because he's getting the knockouts instead normally. Very boxing heavy approach. Yeah, at the end of the day, the fight with Silva is just fucking chaos, brother. Because we all know that Silva can knock out everybody in that division. And Diego's not invincible to it either. So I think we're either getting a big fighting nerds standing, like big right overhand from Silva that just KOs Diego to the earth, or Diego obviously does the same thing, but in combination, big. He's like wide out to the sides, big hooking, powerful shots from Diego that sets up his own finishes, but more through like a TKO setup. Silva's just a flat line, Josh Emmett. You got hit by a hammer, are you okay? You're waking up and going to the doctors. That's how Silva hits. So
yeah.
That's why I'm fucking terrified, but love the thrill of that fight for my boy Diego, because he can hit it too. But man, can Silva fucking give it.
I'm actually more interested in the camp. They're the fucking first godfathers, right? The first four godfathers of the fighting nerds, basically, right? Like
Silva,
Rufy. Silva came in at the end.
Diego's not in the camp in that group.
I thought he was fighting nerds.
No, Diego's not fighting nerds.
Oh, fuck. Well, then that goes my whole fucking theory. God,
no, he's like Team Grasso.
I know he's Grasso's BJJ coach.
Yes, exactly. He's Team Grasso. Yeah, and he's got he obviously has his own gym and everything too, right? Like he's a fucking G. His whole story and how he just left home to pursue this thing is beautiful, and I'm so happy for him. So, anyways, we're gonna just conclude the UFC Fight Night. Fucking France.
Who you got the last one?
I'm taking Kyle Borralho, main event. I think it gets done within the distance. I like Kyle's ability at range. I think he's gonna do more dangerous shit on the feet, and I think Imavov's live for a counter shot because that's what he was really fucking getting some of these other guys with, is actually being good technical and hitting great counter shots that sets up his own finishes. But I respect Kyle Borralho making good adjustments after getting hit by one, eating a few, big fucking pumpkin head. Kyle Borralho is good, smooth, make the read of the adjustment, and still be the sharper guy. But I don't want Kyle Borralho just on the feet. I think his path to success should be on the ground. I respect what he can do on the ground more than I can of Nasruddin. So I'll be the first to say if Nasruddin hits a submission on Borralho, I'd be fucking amazed. I don't think it happens like that. It's either he's hitting a big counter shot and catching Kyle offensively, hitting the gas pedal and hurting him, and just kind of biting back with a big shot, or he gets melted by the pressure of Kyle Borralho. Gets finished over 25. 15 minutes, we could argue this goes to the judges, but not over 25.
I'm taking Borralho. I think it's just the way to go.
Yeah.
He is the new block. He is the young gun. again, like I'm going to sit back. My collection is based on the greatest fighters in the world. That's why I buy those cards. He's not in there for some stupid reason. Okay? So obviously, in the last whatever years, 5, 6, 7 years I've been watching him, he hasn't done much. Beating an old Izzy and beating an old, and not saying old as an age, just saying, hey, dude, your body can only take so much.
I don't say
I'm tired.
old. I think like I think the proper word's like battle worn. Like these guys have miles. They've accrued some big punishing shots and damage and knockouts,
mate,
concussions.
Thank you for picking the right. And guess what? There is a time in your age. Come on. Remember, Toad, when you were 17, 18, you got up every day for training? Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Yeah, you fucking trained, right?
Yep.
Now you're 35. Wait till you're 45, right? And 50 and that.
Yeah.
Like, it gets less and less. These guys have a peak. And then they get the money. And it's not about money, but then they have their life. They did it all for one reason. Don't forget, we all do one thing for one reason. One reason only. In life. Doesn't matter what your occupation is, Toad. We do it to have a better life.
Yeah, for sure.
It's that simple. And once you get it, once you get that better life, once you get it, what do you do then? You train less. You focus more on podcasts and investments and yes.
Yeah, no, it becomes less of a focus. I'll be honest, when I was like 19, graduated high school, all my friends are off in college, family just lost their childhood home, and I'm like living out of my car for like 2 weeks is what it took for me to get the job, have enough money, move into an apartment. And I've been on my own ever since, right? 2 weeks, all I needed. But during that time, I just was hitting the pavement, going for runs, listening to music, like thinking out, how can I fix this? Because I was working, sure, but the temp agency, it was a tough time. If you remember 2009, there was a big recession. A lot of people were losing their jobs, homes. So no, I could go apply anywhere. No one was hiring, So temp agencies would sometimes say, hey, we got work for you. Other weeks say no. But man, I just remember grinding, hitting pavement, going for runs. And then I started going to some fights. Watching like local boxing, local MMA, and I kind of had this like idea, like if I sincerely don't have a way of putting a roof over my head, rather than pledge to, the military, which I was in fear of around the time with everything going on in the Middle East, I just said to myself, fuck, I'd rather get in a ring and settle what I can and fight for myself one living opportunity, because anything can happen in a fight, and give myself a fucking chance is utilizing my boxing, mostly wrestling for me. I wrestled in high school. I wrestled in middle school. I just use my martial arts, my wrestling and my boxing, and go in there and try to make a paycheck. And
I'm going to say this.
Work. I was just going to wrap that up with saying, work found opportunities. I didn't need to put my life out at risk like that, because funny enough, without sustaining the concussions and training, it's probably go for runs, shadow box, use like egg weights, lift, and just kind of watch more MMA around that time, boxing. I started, ironically enough, just in training and staying healthy and eating right. No, not even smoking a whole ton, having seizures, blackouts, and there was nothing in the brain, the heart, or anything. It was just like, oh, you've suffered so many fucking concussions from football, fucking backyard ice hockey, out on the lakes. I've been concussed hundreds of times. So, it's like, I'm so happy I never had to go down the route. I love MMA, but I'm so blessed I've never been punched in the head on a weekly basis, because if I'm having all those issues after the fact, which will only ever happen a few times since, could you imagine where I'd be today if I did allow that? You know what I mean? So can't let you guys get close to me. All right. I don't engage the conflict. I deliver if I have to in a just situation of unjust. So I'm not a violent man, but I appreciate the martial arts, and I love the violence. It's weird.
I will tell you that I live myself in a bubble. My missus doesn't let me go out after 5 p.m. at night because, I don't know, there's arseholes. Not because of me, because it's arseholes after 5 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
6 p.m., 7 p.m. There's wankers. And guess what? She doesn't let me go. Not because I'm an asshole, because I just don't do assholes. If I go out to a pub and you're polite to me and you want my stool, I'll give it to you all fucking day. You take my fucking stool and walk away with it, I'm getting that cunt back. It's that plain and simple. You know what I mean? There's levels to this fucking game. And I walk into a pub to have a good time, not to disturb anyone. I literally sit away from everyone so no one can fucking talk to me. But if someone wants to talk to me, I'm all good.
Yeah.
Let's be cool. Let's be nice. If you start talking shit, well, I don't know, you know, people just can be nice and then all of a sudden you're like, I think he's insulting me. Like, did that just change? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm done with that shit now.
I love being able to read body language, and people act like stupid as fuck. Like they don't know that other people can read body language. So you catch somebody being a little bitch in the situation. I love calling people out on that. I've done it. I've started so much shit with it, but it was just because it felt so good to just call it how it was and not have those fake relationships or people that act like they mean good for you, but actually, you know what I mean, just.
I'm the nicest cunt in the world, brother. For example, 2 days ago, I was sitting here. A guy knocked on my door. He must have been about 80, like a stranger, just knocked on the door and just went, "Excuse me, mate, could you do me a favor? I'm waiting for a bus. Could you didn't swear, could you lend me your toilet?" And I was like, okay, I've had a few billies. I'm sort of sitting back, just going, okay, wow. What did I do? I'm a nice cunt. I let him in. Use my toilet.
Yeah.
He sat there for about 20 minutes. I don't know what he did in there for 20 minutes, but... And then when he left, he was like, it's all good. I'm a nice cunt. I'm a nice cunt. But I'm going to leave this to you guys. Lethal Toad. I love everyone. But that's why we call Lethal Toad. You don't fuck with us, man. Love you, Toad.
Yeah, I had fun, man. This was a fun breakdown. Always fun to talk picks, life. We talked bets as well. There's some good fades here. A lot of fights. I'll give you guys some official posts before the fights on fights that I expect to be within the distance and where maybe there's opportunities to bet on all 4 methods of finishes to actually still guarantee bucks. It is a thing when you have someone like Paul Craig that on one side of the coin wants to give you plus 11 and 1,200 props for a knockout or a submission. We'll find those lines. We'll exploit them. We'll put them up early. If you get round specific, they get crazy. Just on contenders this last week, I had Paul with the fucking plus 500 round 1 knockout, which was great. So there's some good ones out there.
By the way, you always go live on Insta. I always join Toad. Join Toad on Instagram, man. He's a fucking true addict, mate. The guy's addicted to this shit. He'll be on there in the morning. I join him. Not that I join him because sometimes he doesn't like it because I get my fucking...
he gets his shit 20 seconds in advance. He's like, oh, it's over. And I'm looking at live bets, like placing them. I'm like, wait, what? And then it doesn't actually is over because he thinks it's over and it should be over, but it's not. And there's just someone getting a fucking bloody pulping for a minute, but he's been screaming for a minute 30 seconds it's been over, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my live bets.
Even though I come from the middle of an island in the middle of nowhere and I have half the band broad speed that you do, which you
watch it on cable. You watch it on cable, and I watch it through the internet. That's how bad internet is.
By 30 seconds, brother.
It's because you have cable. But I'm curious if Netflix, if they do the deal with Netflix, what that's going to look like. Or, sorry, Paramount or whatever.
Paramount.
Paramount. I want to see how much faster the servers are, because ESPN's dog shit.
In Australia, we still have to pay for pay-per-views. There's still pay-per-views.
Yeah. Dana was describing it where there would be special pay-per-views that you'd buy in addition to.
Yeah. No. We've still got to pay for the pay-per-views. It's $69. I'm pretty sure Dana's still going to go one a month.
Yeah.
I don't know. He said this, but they're going to do that.
I can see him doing like a quarterly pay-per-view or or a semi-annual or something. But
So
anyways,
I pay. All right, brother. I've got to attend to this puppy. I love you.
yep,
Love your gut. Love your MMA guys. Check out Toad on Instagram because he's going to do this shit live. Check out Lethal Toad on YouTube. And
yep,
dude, brother, I'll see you tomorrow.
yeah.
Oh, well,
Much
I
love,
won't
man.
see you, but I'll text you. I'll
Yeah, no,
text you.
absolutely. We'll catch up later, man. All right. Yep. Peace out.
All right, mate.
Yep.
Have a good
Cheers.
one. Bye, mate.
Thanks for joining me. Say hi to
Mate,
Saxon
all
for
good.
me.
I will, hey. Fuck, here we go. Long night.
All right. Peace, man. All right. There you guys have it. Yeah, Lethal's G-man. He devotes time around his family and his business, his business operation, you know, that he's a big part of, to find time to do this. It's the only time we can figure it out to do it because he's in Australia. So we start at 10 p.m. my time. I'm a night owl. I wrap up typically around here in the next couple hours, and so it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you want to support the man directly himself there, that's Lethal Hand Collectibles. But also you can support through Lethal Toad MMA. You'll find it on IG, and I think we made an X account. We're neither active on that one's X account. I'm barely active on the IG. Trying to do the YouTube, but I want him to get logged over to Lethal and start interacting. Get a little community going on there we both can be part of, and just kind of have another group chat for anyone interested that watches the pod, wants a place to chit chat about anything. You could fucking drop a cooking recipe. You can bitch about some bullshit that day. Mine's really chill. People just post a little bit of whatever. Part of some fighters and things as well. Would love to get another one of those stirred up, dedicated to Lethal Toad MMA. If you're a lurker, it's a good time to reveal yourself and let us know you're out there listening one way or another. We're going to be moving, and that's when I'm going to devote more time to these kind of things. We're going to open up and start streaming our pod on some other access forums like iTunes Radio, you know, Apple Music Radio, or whatever, Amazon Radio, all that shit. So we're going to hit other platforms as well. Reach out to more parts of the world, hopefully, and catch people at different times, figure out scheduling, coordinating. Obviously, this is consistent for now. But yeah, we'll get that figured out sooner or later. So anyways, appreciate you guys again so much. Thank you for joining this day's episode of UFC Lethal Toad MMA. Yeah, UFC Fight Night Pairs is going to be banger. That's all I got to say. There's going to be a lot of finishes.